That's my way of saying old, but I'm old, so I don't like saying, I'm mature. Howdy y'all, how's everybody doing this June? My name is Gretchen and welcome to my channel. It is now going to be called Restless Thrifter, which is still hard to say, but my channel name of Boho Prep Thrift and Resell was just too much of a mouthful, too hard to say. And I was, if I was having a hard time with it, I'm like, I'll just go ahead and change it. So I am now the Restless Thrifter, and that pretty much describes me. I thrift all over Colorado where I live, and now in Texas where I'm staying for a couple of months. And I buy clothes mostly, although some stuffed animals and home goods as well, to resell online on platforms like eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, and others. And today I'm going to be giving you a sales update. So how my sales have been doing for the first full week of June. So June 1st through 7th. And I'm going to keep the same format that I did for May. And that's going to be giving you the top 10 sales and profit, the fast flips, like anything that sold in a week. Usually I would stick to 0 to 1 days, but since we're only doing a week's time frame, I'm going to give you anything that sold within a week of being listed. And then I'll give you a few bad buys. So things that either took way too long to sell, or I didn't make any money on, or I just thought they were something I wouldn't pick up in the future, and I'll tell you why on those. And at the end, I'll tell you my overall numbers for June, including all the averages and totals and all of that, so you can get an idea what a part-time reseller like myself can do in a week. As with all my sales updates, I'll be giving you the title that I put in the listing, how many days it took to sell the item, so from the time I listed it until the time it sold, and which listing platform it sold on, the price that it sold for, which in some cases will include the shipping cost, the cost of the item, and the profit. I was giving a lot of other numbers, but I'm just going to stick with those three and see how we do there. Cost of goods, I think, is important to know how much people are spending on things, and I'll kind of tell you why I would pay up for something or not. Okay, so let's get started. The first item in my top 10 sales, and this is going from least profit to most, is a Cynthia Rowley plus size 1X gingham check off-shoulder embroidered hem blouse. This top took 37 days to sell. I sold it on Mercari, and it sold for $18. They made an offer to me and I accepted it. My cost of goods was 89 cents because I picked this up at the Denver bins, and my average cost of goods that day of everything I picked up was 89 cents. So my total profit for that shirt was $14.49. That's pretty good. Okay, so the second item in my top 10 sales was a pair of Salvatore Ferragamo size 8 AA narrow Italian square toe flats navy black patent. These were a vintage pair of Salvatore Ferragamo. I didn't know how vintage, so I really just left that out. It took 47 days to sell on eBay, and the price was $34.12. That would include the cost of shipping on eBay. And my cost of goods was $2.28, and my profit on the item was $15.79. I picked this up at a church resale shop in Farmington, New Mexico. Next item is a Madewell maternity size 26 skinny jeans lyocell tencel blend medium wash soft. Took 45 days to sell on Facebook. I took an offer, sort of. I don't have offers turned on Facebook because I find Facebook to be a little annoying communication wise. A lot of people aren't really interested in buying and ghost you and just send you messages and offers. So I will consider offers when they message me directly, as this lady did. She was also making offers on, I think it was Poshmark, but she wanted too little on Poshmark for my taste, considering that Poshmark takes 20. But since Facebook takes, I think, 5%, I took a little bit lower. And it sold for $39.25, which included the cost of shipping. And the cost of item, I did pay up for this, $10.81, because when I looked at comps, they were anywhere from $25 to $60, and with most of them being at the higher end. But there were a lot listed in the same size. No one else had them listed as low as $30 plus shipping, like I ended up taking. So I probably could have gotten more. I prefer to move them out a little faster, and they had already been listed for 45 days. So my profit on that item was $17.21, still a good profit. I would pick up Madewell maternity jeans again, for sure. Okay, next item, if you watched my recent haul video, you would have seen this cat. I love ugly cats. TB Trading Company, Ltd. was the name of the brand. Persian cat, realistic, plush stuffed animal, 9-inch tall, 24-inch long. It took 0 days to sell, sold in the same day that I listed it on eBay. I think it was like an overnighter, but still within 24 hours. It sold for $38.49, and I think I had listed it for $35 and got an offer for $30 plus shipping, which ended up being $38.49. My cost of goods was $2.17, and my profit was $19.09. And I picked this up just recently when I was thrifting with a fellow reseller down in Waxahachie. Next item is a Torrid plus size 2X dress, mint green floral skater handkerchief cold shoulder. And this took 4 days to sell on eBay. The price it sold for was $47.12. My cost of goods was $7.61, and that's probably $6.99 plus tax. And my profit was $19.67. I will say that that sold for higher than my usual average for Torrid dresses. For Torrid tops, I get on average around $20, Torrid jeans about $25, and Torrid sweaters and dresses about $30. And that's just averaging everything out over the year. This one was just particularly cute, I think, cute style. And so it sold for a little bit more. I got this at a local Goodwill in Denver. Next item was a really cool, unique vest. And I love selling vests. And I love selling vintage, and I love selling goofy things. And I really love selling things with wild animals on them. So this was a Primitive Arts size XL lion vest, black beaded sequined satin button up. Sold in the same day, again like an overnight sale. Sold on eBay for $36.11. My cost of item was $3.78, and the profit was $21.21. I got this at a resale shop here in the DFW area, Dallas-Fort Worth area. And I just thought it was so cool and unique. And I would love to know what this person is going to wear this for. Are they going to be a lion tamer? Are they just like a funky dresser? You know, what are they gonna do? I would love to know. Next item, this one took a little bit longer to sell, 114 days, sold on Poshmark. It's a Lamarck size 2 suede Madison asymmetric drape jacket in Eclipse Dusty Blue. This was a beautiful suede jacket, and if I had to guess why it took a while to sell, was that it was a size 2. You know, it's just a smaller size, and fewer people out there wanting jackets this time of year especially. So 114 days, yeah, you know, maybe it would have sold faster if I had listed it early fall. This sold for $30 on Poshmark, so there's no cost of shipping there. My cost of goods was $2.18, and my profit was $21.82. I picked this up at my local honey hole in Denver. I'm pretty sure this was sold at Buckle. And this is one of those tough colors to photograph because it's like a bluish gray color. All right, my next item was an exclusively Missook vintage size large petite knit top color block keyhole cutout, although it says keyhold I just noticed I had a typo. Took 15 days to sell on eBay. It was the price it sold for with shipping was $42.75, and the cost of goods was $2.13, making my profit $29.08. I picked this up at a thrift store in Pueblo, Colorado when I was driving from Denver to Texas. And I've actually, on that same thrifting trip, I picked up several vintage Missook pieces, and I haven't listed the others, so I do want to get those listed now that I realize they can sell quickly if you price them right. Missook is a designer brand that I've only ever seen vintage pieces for. Oh no, I take that back. I did sell one modern Missook brand cardigan. Mostly what I see out and about is the vintage, and don't mistake it for Miss Look, which you probably wouldn't, because Miss Look is like a fast fashion, more trender, younger audience, and Missook is definitely more mature career pieces. All right, so my last item in the top 10 sales for June 1st through 7th it was a bundle. And I don't sell many of these, but it was a bundle on Poshmark. It was 2 Vanity Fair vintage size 38 nylon tricot nightgown flutter sleeve. One was in blue and one was in peach. I consider them princess nightgowns. I mean, Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty would wear these to bed, right? They're beautiful vintage nightgowns. Took 10 days to sell on Poshmark. Got quite a bit of interest on eBay too. In fact, one of them had sold and was held hostage for 5 days by the buyer who never paid, and so I relisted it, and that's when I got the offer for a bundle on Poshmark. The bundle offer was $50, and the cost of goods for the 2 was $5.98. So my profit on those was $34.02, and I think that's pretty good. Even if you divide that by 2, it's still a good profit per item. And I picked those up at that same, on the same thrifting trip as the previous item at a New Horizons thrift store in Pueblo, Colorado. That one is pretty big, and I spent a lot of time in there. In fact, I should have gotten on the road much sooner because I didn't get to Texas until after dark because I spent so much time in there. Okay, so the next category is the fast flips. You notice we had some fast flips in there. In the top 10 sales, we had the cat, we had the torrid mint green dress, and we had the lion sequined vest. Those all sold quickly. And I'm going to give you 8 more fast flips of things that sold in less than a week. In one case, it took 8 days, but you know, let's not be picky. So the first item was a Gretchen Scott Designs tunic, size extra large, boho, geometric print, V-neck, 3/4 sleeves top. This sold in the same day, and it was a pretty plain tunic for this brand. This brand usually does a lot of embroidered things, or that's what I've seen when I've picked them up. And it always has sold quickly for me. They're reminiscent of Johnny Was, although not nearly as intricate in my opinion, or beautiful. But Gretchen Scott Designs must have a following, and it sold in the same day. On eBay for $23.88. I would have sent someone an offer probably. And this cost me $3.75, and my profit was $13.08. I picked it up at a resale shop in Amarillo on one of my trips between Denver and Dallas. It's called America's Best, and it is really expensive, except for this day they had a 75% off all clothing sale, and I wouldn't shop there otherwise. It was just way too expensive in most cases. Maybe they run that sale all the time just to get people in, but I can't imagine they're selling a lot at their normal prices. And that place is packed. All right, next fast flip is an Ann Cole signature size medium swim top strapless tankini paisley psychedelic. Same day sale on eBay for $15.88, and my cost of goods was $3.99. Profit was $5.66. I don't know anything about this brand, but I do remember comping it before I picked it up at the store, and it had good comps. And then when I listed it several months later, the comps weren't as good. So I had picked this up in February, and at that time maybe there were just fewer suits and they were selling more quickly. But this one, it sold so quickly, it made me think someone had a saved search for it. Maybe they were looking for a replacement in this top. If anyone knows much about Ann Cole, let me know. Next fast flip was a Cacique plus size 22-24 dress, adjustable strap, mini sundress, smocked back cotton. This took 4 days to sell on eBay. I recently featured this in a thrift haul where I thought it was a top, but it was a mini dress. Once I got it on my dress form, I realized, okay, this is a dress. Sometimes it's hard to tell. And it was cute. It was just a simple summer dress. $20.87 was the price it sold for. Cost of goods was $2.18, and my profit was $9.72. I prefer my profit to be over $10 per item, but you know, for a pretty basic dress, that's not too bad. I got this at my honey hole in Denver. Next fast flip was a Free People size large wrap dress, French quarter ivory pink floral print ruffle. Took 6 days to sell on Poshmark for $25. The cost of item was $8.69, and my profit was $11.31. I don't know if I'd pick it up at that price again, but it did sell quickly, and the profit per item was over $10. So maybe there were certainly others listed in the same size for more. Next fast flip was a Torrid plus size 1X boho top, embroidered tassel floral peplum peasant blouse, and this took 6 days to sell on eBay. It sold for $14.50. My cost of goods was $3.24, so I only made $3.76, but it was a fast flip. This was a mistake. I did not intend to send an offer to this buyer for $10 for this shirt. I loved this shirt. I would have wanted to get at least $20 for it, if not more, because it was just so beautiful. And I am just tired these days, got a lot going on, and I sent an offer for $10 rather than an offer for 10% off, and they took it so fast. Of course I wanted to take it back, but I'm not going to do that, and at least I made a profit still. Okay, next fast flip is a Chico's vintage crochet knit maxi skirt, off-white scalloped hem, new with tag, dead stock. This was an old Chico's tag, and just really cute. It's one of those styles that has come back in style, the maxi crochet look. This took 7 days to sell. It sold on eBay for $35.20. Cost of goods was $6.25. My profit was $12.60, and I got this at that America's Best in Amarillo. Next fast flip was a Miracle Suit swim skirt, swimsuit bottom black. This took 7 days to sell on eBay, and the price was, it sold for $19.69. Cost of goods was 89 cents because I picked it up at the Denver Bins, and my profit was $11.58. And I don't think I knew the size on this one because I would have put it in the title, and I put an approximate size based on the measurements and other listings. I wouldn't have taken a chance on something without a size, even at the bins probably nowadays, because it's just so frustrating to have to figure out the size. But Miracle Suit is a really good brand for swimsuits. And the last fast flip for this time period is a Lululemon size 12 Swiftly Tech short sleeve crew shirt top heathered sea mist. This one actually took 8 days to sell on eBay, $19.88. Cost of goods, I'm estimating at $3 because I picked it up so long ago that I wasn't tracking then. And my profit for that item was $9.22. I cannot remember when I picked this up, but I may have had this for a year, just sitting in my death pile. And I was avoiding listing it because it was not quite perfect. It was just a little flawed. I didn't know how to find the size at the time. I didn't know how to look up styles. I was just a little nervous about Lululemon because I don't know anything about the brand, and there are people out there who are fanatical about it. and I finally listed it for a price to move it, and it moved. Okay, so the next category is bad buys, and I'm going to share two with you today. One was a David Donahue white button-down dress shirt, size neck 17. That seems weird. Neck size 17 is probably what I should have said. Sleeve 34-35. It took 423 days to sell. I picked this up at the bin, so my average cost of goods that day was about $2, and it sold for $16.11 because I took an offer to get it out of there, and I made $5.60. And it's a good brand. It retails for about $130. The shirt was in excellent condition. I saw no flaws on it, and it was just a plain white shirt. So maybe people are hesitant to pick up pre-owned white clothing, just like I am afraid to pick it up to sell it in case there's a stain. Maybe people are hesitant to buy it, but it finally sold, and I did make some money on it, so that is good. My next item is a Donald J. Pliner Eddie black patent leather size 7 pointy toe wedge classic heels. These took 181 days to sell on Poshmark, and the reason I'm classifying this as a bad buy, not only because I lost $1.56 on it, is because I shouldn't have picked them up. They sold for $9, and my cost of goods was $7.61, and they just weren't in good enough condition to sell them for more. And patent is hard to photograph. I had so many people asking me what the white marks were on the shoes when it's really just the ring light being reflected in it. And so it was hard to distinguish the flaws between the ring light, and there were some flaws. So fingers crossed that the buyer likes these when they receive them, since they got such a great deal. But I lost $1.56 on them. So there were some other things that I'm not mentioning in my sales, only because they're just not that remarkable. But just to look at a few things to give you an idea. There were 2 more Lane Bryant tops, Democracy jeans, a brand of jeans, men's jeans called Revtown, which is pretty good. I've picked up 3 pairs and they sold quickly, and a Torrid top, and then a cute beaded evening bag that wasn't vintage but had a retro look. So those are the other things that I sold, all pretty much bread and butter that I didn't feature here. So how did I do for the week? Not where I want to be. My goal each month is $2,200 in profit, and I'm not getting that near there. It's probably because I'm not putting the work in on the back end in order to make those sales. But life is busy right now, and my stores are pretty much on autopilot. My average days to sell for all of the items that I sold is 53 days to sell. Not too bad, less than 2 months. You know, there was that one thing that took 423 days to sell, so that's not too bad overall. I sold 25 items total. My average price with shipping was $26.79. My average cost of goods was $4.44. Under $5 is my goal. And my average profit was $13.46. So each item out the door brought me that, which is good. My total price for all items was $669. That was my total revenue. Minus all fees and cost of goods, I made $336.52. I wanted to be around $550 at this point, so I'm down quite a bit. I need to get more new listings out every day in order to keep feeding my store. If you like this kind of content, if you like to hear sales updates and what real resellers are selling and what we're really making on things, please subscribe to my channel. And if you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up. It'll help me a lot. I am a very new YouTuber, and it would help me out. Thank you so much, and I hope everyone else has great luck for the rest of June. Bye, y'all. Every time I stumble, I'll just take another drink of coffee.